Hello to our grandmothers, mothers, sisters, aunts, cousins, nieces. Hello. We're going to the council at last. This is the vlog number 48. And I must tell you that on the description or the title, I'm going to be putting part one of Leave a Space because I don't really know if the council experience is going to be two or three parts because I'm trying to keep the vlog 7 to 10 minutes in length. I don't ever want to go beyond 10 minutes. Excuse me. I'm very aware of your time, and your interest. So I'm gonna start with the arrival. Thursday, actually, I arrived in Bakersfield Thursday night around 10:30 p.m. After all the traffic had died down, I was prepared for the long drive. The reason why I drove out Thursday is because I wanted to be on time for the Friday morning roll call, which is the first day of the meeting, October 6th. So I drove to the church where the council will be held. That way I'll know in the morning where to find it. And so I usually get a motel room nearby the church. Knowing my budget, I didn't get a room that night. I don't like to get a room at that in the lateness of any day because I don't want trouble to come my way. If I'm solo by myself, of course, I don't want to check in that late. But I found out where the church was located, and then not too far from the church was a KFC and an AM/PM gas station. So I saw where the KFC was closing, and I saw one of those big blue trash bins. So I pulled up next to that, and I said, "This is where I'm going to sleep overnight because the AM/PM has enough lighting where it could illuminate the van, but not be too much light to bring attention that that size van is sitting there." But anyway, I said, well, I will rest here. Let me set my alarm so that I can get up early in the morning before the traffic really starts. I mean, the foot traffic starts. And that way, that's usually what I like to do is get up before people start looky-looing. But nevertheless, I set my alarm for 6:30. So I got up, the alarm went off. I got up, I washed, freshened up myself. I ate some breakfast, and I got a chance to look into what are the nearest motels around. And I found a Motel 6, and I said, let me go check that out. And I looked at the other places to see if it was looking nice, not too trashy of a joint. And that way I'll know which one I'm going to reserve my stay. So without fail, I did reserve my space, and I was able to get to church 9:30 sharp for roll call. Roll call is important because you pick up your packet, which is your orientation packet. You get your name tag, and it's like a little meet and greet, and then the council begins. But yeah, so I got out the van, and sure enough, it was really still warm, kind of hot in Bakersfield. And I started seeing faces, and I'm like, I told myself, oh, this is kind of bittersweet because I won't be seeing these faces anymore, so I'm taking it all in. So I walk inside the church, and there's an overwhelming feeling of peace that filled my body cavity. I had never felt so much peace, and I couldn't move. I stepped away from the door though, and I just beheld the strong, intense radiance of peace that engulfed my soul. It was also like a very splendid light fragrance of flowers, and I guess the decorator, whatever, had some Glad type of infused oils around. And then I noticed that the beauty of the decor was like all the deep harvest colors from the vases filled with wildflowers, fabric flowers, the wreaths on the walls. They were like all hues of mahoganies and burgundies and the ribbons, the leaves, the acorns. They had tones of purple and accents the shades of orange and brown, mauve color. I mean, it was like so. They just took their time and threw those hues of colors of harvest together. It was just so beautiful. And I thought about David when he wrote in Psalms how he wanted to just behold the beauty in God's temple. And that's all I could do was stare, look around and just take in all the beauty that the person that did the decor decoration set up in this church. And I was just basking in that my soul was just basking in that peace, and I was so speechless. um, and I realized, I said, okay, let me go direct my attention to the table where they got the name tags and the orientation package. And so I kind of asked, I said, do you guys feel this intense peace in this beautiful church? And the people, they kind of looked around like, oh yeah, uh-huh. But it was like mediocre. So I realized, I said, this must be for me to feel because it's overwhelming. And yes, woo, I'm loving it. So I don't see the same reaction in them. So this must be for me. But I was so happy and I just welcomed that feeling. It was just amazing. So I walked into the sanctuary and I was slapped in the face by more peace within my soul. I was slapped in the face. I could just feel it. And I said, wow, this is like, I know when people have that near death experience, they talk about the light and how their body was just engulfed in a soothing peace. That's what I thought about. And I'm like, this is just amazing how strong the peace is just in here. I could hear, the people talking, they starting to find their seats and all that, but it could not be overlooked. And certainly I couldn't overlook it. I knew it had to be for me because they were in awe like I was. But I did see a group of my members from my church, and I made my way over to them, took a seat, and I asked them, do they feel the spirit of peace in the place? And they smiled and remotely said, yes. So I kind of knew, okay, it's something about this place. But I had opened up the packet, and I saw the little schedule of events, and it did the theme of the council, times of refreshing. I said, this is going to be an awesome weekend. Times of refreshing. Ladies, that's part one. I will see you in a couple of days. I'm not sure if I'm going to do an additional day or will I skip another day in between. But there's more to come. Stay tuned. God bless you.